Welcome to the OfficiallyDevin channel Autumn News for 2016. This is one of my seasonal video updates for anyone interested in what's happening with the channel as a whole. In the background will be something. Normally I'd film whatever I'm playing on my own, but I haven't really been playing anything recently. I only play things to actually film them. So I'll just have to find the edgiest thing I have installed. So I hope you'll enjoy whatever that is. It's not relevant. Right, now let's move on to the news. Point number one. The first point to mention is the one that spurred me to bother doing a news video in the first place. Thanks for 10,000 subscribers. So that's pretty special. That was my subscriber goal this year, was to try and reach 10,000 subscribers. I had something like 7,000 at the start, so it seemed doable. Although actually throughout most of the year, it seemed like it wouldn't happen, because after YouTube did its subscriber purge, and when was that, probably about springish time, that lost me 500 or so, which was a big setback. And then after that, everything was very slow for sort of the next few months, and it looked like I wouldn't actually get my glorious 10,000 this year, or that perhaps I would just barely. But things have picked up, which we'll mention a little bit more later on in this video, and it ended up happening. So that's glorious. And, YouTube normally sends out play buttons for such milestones, but unfortunately 10,000 subscribers is just too low. Unfortunately, they don't provide a special prize for achieving this. So, luckily, I happen to have a very special prize already. I'll try and take a picture of it. It's pretty hard to see, but I have my own play button in its own special way. It's called the wool play button. It's not quite as good as the silver play button, which I think is the first actual level, but it achieves the same purpose. It's got a little frame, and it's a triangle made out of wool on a square made out of wool, but they're both the same colour, so it's quite hard to see. That is the wool play button, which I've been proudly awarded for my services to YouTube. So clearly this means that something very good has happened, and it can only get better from here. And the other milestone I passed was 2 million total views just before 10,000 subscribers, so thanks for that as well. Right, enough of that, because it's weird to talk about that sort of thing, I think. Let's move on to news item 2, which, oh god, this is actually basically the same news item. Okay, news item 2 is that I think what happened and allowed me to actually reach that goal is because I was re-releasing Massalia Tales, which is now finished, so you should all watch the entire series. The fact that I was releasing all those extra videos meant that I was doing the YouTube analytics game correctly. If you don't know, YouTube wants you to release videos as frequently as possible, and long videos preferably. So having a series you've already made and being able to kind of spam it out like that is what YouTube wants you to do, just constantly. So mainly it's sort of saying you have to make live vlog content. That's sort of what they want you to do, because it hugely boosts your analytics power and works with the formula for giving you related videos and putting you on other people's related videos. So you get more exposure by mass releasing videos. And I don't know, I always sort of knew about that, but I've just been completely ignoring it. But it seemed to actually have an effect, releasing more videos, and quite a large one. So that was quite special. The problem for me is that all that goes against how I want to do things. Like, I want to do not many releases with higher quality, which of course doesn't work very well, and that was probably why things were slow earlier in the year, because I wasn't releasing anything alongside my normal videos. And I don't know, maybe it's not enough to pass the special threshold where YouTube starts passing you around. I don't know, but I've been trying to think of some way to reconcile those two things, because I don't want to make the videos worse or spend less time on them. And I don't have any more time to spend on them, since I'm basically full-time at this point, and I want to have a little extra time so I can practice computer programming in between. So basically, what I decided to try and do is make some kind of fun, edited live series, and occasionally post those as well as the normal things. So it would be like where I'd only have to play something for an hour, then edit it down to like 15 or 20 minutes of like funny or interesting bits, and that would only take a couple of hours, and then that would all be done. So it wouldn't be like the 20-hour thing to go off and make a Naruto's Treasure episode or whatever. And I could probably do that like once or twice a week, and hopefully not at all affect anything else. What I don't want to do is decrease the time spent on anything else, of course, so we might be able to do it at the weekends or something like that. But anyway, and I've got all those multiplayer highlight videos, of which I have been posting already, and I've got loads of those, so those are basically fulfilling the same purpose in terms of analytics, and I think those are quite fun as well. So we'll see what happens with that. I still haven't totally decided if I want to do it. I haven't attempted to make the videos, so I don't know if it's even good, so I am going to have to to moderate them, to see if they're good, and see if I actually want to post them, but we'll see. And I'll probably mark them as well. There'll be like something in the thumbnail, or have a series title or something, to make it clear which ones are the lower production value ones versus the higher ones, so that people who don't want to watch them don't have to. But with any luck, they'll happen to be good in some way, and of course I can always just forget about it if they're not. No harm done, so that will be delightful. The whole idea is basically just to make easier videos in order to promote the better videos, because the better videos don't promote themselves through YouTube, but easy, quick videos do promote themselves. So we're just sort of trying to game the system here, and it might actually end up being good. Anyway, on to news item number 3, which is that I've made a new website to celebrate the milestone of 10,000 subscribers specifically, since it is slightly less arbitrary than other ones because it gives you an extra digit in base 10 counting. I have made a website. Now it's basically just bits and pieces to do with each series, which you might happen to find interesting, and there's a blog on it, which I might happen to update once in a while with like behind the scenes goings on. There's a few on there already that I made while I was making the website over the last couple of months. So it doesn't have an actual domain or anything, it's nothing serious, it's just there. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to look at that glorious new channel website, and I'll start linking it in the general boilerplate stuff on the main videos for future reference if you want to look at it in the future. So that is actually all the real news. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy the new videos coming out. All that's left to mention here is the secret news item number 4, which is called the carrot situation. Yes, in a previous video I mentioned I was growing carrots, and I said I'd report on how it went. Well, unfortunately it has actually been too long between the news videos, because the carrots are now all gone. But I can tell you that we kind of had a mixed bag with the carrots. About half of them died and never grew at all, and the other half grew to immense sizes and were summarily eaten for their crimes. I think I took a picture of one when I pulled it out of the ground back whenever it was that we harvested them. So show the picture, and yeah, now the space where the carrots once were has been taken over by a very aggressive gourd. It's creeping over the land like War of the Worlds, and it's producing an infinite supply of these huge semi-edible legumes, which you can eat if you prepare them for a long time. And they taste of nothing. It's kind of starch water. You can just put it into something so that it's technically more food and no one will notice because it's just edible lumps. So that's pretty special. Someone planted kale where some of the carrots used to be as well. Kale. A disgrace to the glorious carrots that once graced the surprisingly fertile earth of that allotment spot. I'm actually now digging a new place in the allotment, a new vegetable plot, so that next year carrot production is going to be tripled, probably, or something. Carrots! Alright, so that is actually it for the autumn channel news. Didn't really have much news, it's just the fact that I reached a subscriber milestone and felt I should say something, so I made a news video. All that really does remain to be said is a massive thanks to all viewers for following the videos, and of course to all the Patreon patrons for funding those videos. More videos coming soon, so watch out for those videos. That's the end of this video, so go watch more videos, and as always, videos.